Well, good evening, YouTube. This here, Daily Stoic with your host, Jeffrey God Still Moves McCabe. What a crazy few weeks it's been in my life. Um, if you don't know my story, I got a pretty cool testimony. I'm not going to share it all here right now. It is a lot. But in the last few weeks, so I've been writing this written spoken word piece. I don't know. I'll probably write it as like I don't know. I don't know what you would call it, an article, a story. I don't know what you would call it. Anyways, it's called Blue Button for God. No coincidence that I'm doing a brunch for Button Drive for 541 Eatery. But without giving it all away, essentially it's just questioning how much you actually believe in God. And as I was writing it, I've been working on it here and there. I've been working on the concept for a while. I wrote a few paragraphs months and months ago, and then I would go back to it. I don't always have time to write. So anyways, the last little leg that I was working on, the last little bit that I was working on it, I was like, shit, like how much do I believe? And I've done a lot of like Bible study this year. I've done a ton of stuff trying to figure it all out. And I've done a ton. I listened to one of my favorite motivational speakers / preachers, I guess, is Dr. Billy Alsbrooks. You can find him on Spotify, YouTube. I've actually spoke to him personally on Instagram, which I thought was cool. But anyways, he's got these amazing clips, and it was all about like walking in faith and not sight, and really believe, and only ask once. Your mouth is a creative weapon. So as I was working on this piece, Blue Buttons for God, I was like, man, my faith isn't as strong as I thought. And it turned a corner in my life in the last month. And it's been like absolutely amazing. I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that. It's been a whirlwind, but it's funny that something I was writing has now, it feels like, transformed a part of me, like a huge part of me in those last few weeks. So anyways, it's been amazing. I'm going to Friday night prayer night right now, and I'm just like, I joined this thing called King's Army on a whim. Very powerful evangelism group, I guess. I don't know all the details. I went to 2 different training sessions. It's been absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to share that. It just absolutely blows my mind. Like as I was writing this piece and then thinking about all the things I've learned and all the things I've done, and I'm like, I've been lacking. Somewhere I've been lacking. Like, that's all I can say. And once I started to sort of switch that mindset, things are just flowing, and it's absolutely amazing. So stay tuned. As always, reading the Daily Stoic 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. As I say every single time, if you don't know what Stoicism is, please get out of here. Go Google it and do some research. It is an ancient philosophy taught in Greece and then Rome, I guess. Excuse me. Oh, my stomach. Dude, we're going to sidebar here. I've been working out, and then I'm like, okay, I got to really start increasing my nutrients because I've been working out pretty hard. So I'm like kind of tracked a bit of my protein. I'm really going heavy on the protein. Man, my stomach, the things that come with eating a lot of protein, it's rough, man. It's a hard life out here. Anyway, so mind my burping and my indigestion. How do you say that word? Indigestion? Anyways, if you don't know what Stoicism is, get out here, go Google it, and then come back and join me on my journey. I've been practicing Stoicism for some time now, especially these last 2 years. These readings that I do actually are fortifying my knowledge and helping me practice. So as I'm trying to teach or share my thoughts on it, it's really sort of deepening my knowledge. And you say, have you ever been at work and they give you somebody to train? That is the best way to remember and learn how to do your job, is to try to teach somebody else. Right? Anytime I've been at a job where I got to train somebody, and you got to try to figure out like, okay, I know how I do it, but how do I explain to somebody how to do it? Now you really know how to do it, So anyways, today is April 4th, 2025. Don't let this go to your head. Make sure you're not made emperor. Avoid that imperial stain. It can happen to you, so keep yourself simple, good, pure, saintly, plain, a friend of justice, God-fearing, gracious, affectionate, strong for your proper work. Fight to remain the person that philosophy wished to make you. Revere the gods and look after each other. Life is short. The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good. Marcus Aurelius, Meditation 6.30. Man, I love the way this dude wrote. Fight to remain the person philosophy wished to make you. Revere the gods and look after each other. Life is short. The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good. I love that. Let's see what the modern day Stoics have to say about it. It was difficult even to conceive of what life must have been like for Marcus Aurelius. He wasn't born emperor, nor did he obtain the position deliberately. It was simply thrust upon him. Nevertheless, he was suddenly the richest man in the world, head of the most powerful army on earth, ruling over the largest empire in history, considered a god among men. It's no wonder he wrote little messages like this one, to remind himself not to spin off the planet. It was no wonder he wrote little messages like this one to remind himself not to spin off the planet. Without them, he might have lost his sense of what was important, falling prey to lies from all the people who needed things from him. And here we are, whatever we happen to be doing, at risk of spinning off ourselves. When we experience success, we must make sure that it doesn't change us, that we continue to maintain our character despite the temptation not to. Reason must lead the way, no matter what good fortune comes along. I love that. And Marcus's story, I guess his dad got him a tutor, and then the tutor made him the emperor of Rome. I forget all the exact details, but he wasn't born into it. Usually you're born into it. And they say he was one of the most selfless, most giving, most fair emperors ever. He lost, a bunch of his children passed away. Rome was disheveled, I guess. In those times, like if an empire was failing, the king would shut in and hold everything, right? And just kind of try to weather the storm. I guess he opened up and sold all the possessions of the emperor. He did a lot of amazing things for Rome. And in great contrast, they say that Marcus was one of the best emperors ever, and then directly after that his son took over and was apparently one of the worst, and I think Rome fell shortly after that. But even my life, like, not so much now, knock on wood, I'll continue to make sure I am humble and working on myself. In my drinking, drug using days, sometimes when I was at my best is when I would fall off the worst. And I don't know exactly why that is. I'm sure there's some therapy that could, some therapists that could tell me why, whether it's a fear, whether it's a complacency. Like, oh, I saved up some money. How about I go on a bender and not go to work for a month? Like, stupid shit like that would happen to me in life. Like, for a long time, I did a lot of stupid shit when I was doing well. Right? I had this girlfriend, high school sweetheart. She's, rest in peace, Jennifer. It's almost 2 years. I felt on top of the world. And I kissed another girl. Like, I don't know, that seems weird. Like, I was like 17 or 18 years old. Right? But I was at like my best. I had my girl, had a job, had an apartment, and I almost threw it all away because I was ignorant. Right? So it's like, be careful when you're doing well. Right? Be careful when you're at the top, and be careful not to let it change you, not to be too cocky, not to be whatever. I think that was a great lesson from the Stoics today. So that's it. I'm going to go to Friday night prayer night. If you don't know what that is, and if you're into that kind of stuff, 10 Tom Street, I believe every Friday at 7:30. It's essentially a musical jam from what I can tell. I don't know anybody's names that hold it. I was invited through some of my good friends through Sons of Scripture and Love on Hamilton. But they are amazing. I think I've only been once or twice, maybe twice. And it's a great night if you're into that, into worship music and into meeting amazing people. So love, hope, and faith. We'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.